All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Today we're talking about the Oppo Find N5, and I think you know what time it is. It's time to go ahead and open up. Yes, if you haven't already done so, open up your device, your foldable device, and get that full screen game on that your man Jay always bring you. Now this time, I'm not using my Galaxy Z Fold 6. I'm actually using the special edition Galaxy Fold. So instead of 7x6, we get 10x9. So this should fill up your screen even more. Right? Yeah, I know you love it. So I've been using this device right here for a little over 2 weeks, I think, possibly, maybe even 3, I'm not sure. And I think this is probably going to go down as one of the best foldable phones that I've used to date. Now, I know I'm still using it. I just got what some will call the King in. I just got it in recently. So yeah, we're gonna visit this again. We're gonna visit this again. But the Oppo Find N has gotten more time in my pocket than the other phones that I've been showing you lately. This phone is just incredible, folks. The photos when they're holding it like this, showing it is very thin. It's true, but a little, it's thin, but it's still got a little bit of weight to it. So I don't want you to break your thumb trying to hold it like this at an extended period of time. So many people who are not hitting the gym regularly. But yeah, this phone is thin. And that's what it's all about with Oppo. It seems like they are focusing on how thin it is, how powerful it is, and all the things that it has to offer. But just using it, like you have to take specs and stuff out of the way at some point or another. You just have to use it. That's what you have to do. And that's what I'm doing. So I want to talk about the cameras today. I want to talk about the design, the hardware. What's it like to use this phone regularly, because it is in fact a folding phone. The animation game is crazy, right? So this is how I use this phone a lot, because I'm going to take advantage of the canvas for texting or whatever. So let me open up an email or something to show you this setup right here. Now I am using Gboard, but all in all, this keyboard setup right here, I mean, having all of this right here, this canvas at your disposal is absolutely sick. This is how a folding phone should be used, in my opinion. If you're getting something like this, it's not too big, it's not too small, it's not tablet game big. Like if I bring my iPad mini in here, that's one of the smaller tablets that I have. It's gonna feel chunky next to this. That is why you have this type of setup right here. So I think at any given moment, I flip this phone open to text like all the time. I mean, to email, to text. It just feels better texting with this layout right here. It just feels really, really good. And there's no denying that this is where it should be. So keeping it open right here like this is a screen right here for the interior display. And I'm getting to design. But the way they set this up, man, yeah, it has the punch hole camera on the top left over here. And some would say, they need to hide that. They need to get rid of that and put it out of the way. Like, I think that's what the comments I'm getting on the Fold Special Edition videos. I wish they would just hide the camera because nobody uses it anyway. Well, I got to say, folks, I'm in somewhat of an agreement. I'm going to take a photo with that front camera right there. Now, this is the front camera. This is not bad. This isn't a bad photo. This is that little camera up there. Not a bad photo at all. Not a bad photo at all. And I'm going to shoot a quick video. Now this front camera, this inner display camera here can shoot, believe it or not, 4K 30. It does it. This is 4K 30 sample right here. So it can do it. It's just a matter of the quality. It's not the best, obviously, but it can get it done. Now this front camera. So if you're using this inner display camera also for portrait video, it caps out at 720p for portrait video on that front camera. So while I agree it should be kind of hidden away, especially if that's the quality, that's not great quality at all. That's probably that might be the worst part of this phone, but I don't use that front camera right there. Nah, I'm using either this one or predominantly that one. That camera right there bangs it home. So when it comes to the hardware, I understand, folks. I understand why you'd want them to just get rid of the inner display cameras. As a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say they don't even need to put those in there. I don't know anybody that's using these front cameras like that. It'd be good for like a a call that you just don't need to have good quality, like a video conference or something like that. But other than that, it's definitely not needed in my opinion, because you can turn on the outer display right here and vlog with that right there. But I get the convenience of having an inner display camera. It is what it is. So that to me is the worst part of this phone. The inner display quality in comparison to the others. And even that is not bad. It's not horrible, but it's definitely a shot taken at this phone right here when it comes to how perfect it almost is. That inner display, yeah, it's just not the best. It should be hidden away, or they can just take it out for that matter, for all I care. No need to even do it. Now, the rest of the hardware, ooh-wee. I mean, this is just a beautiful shimmer on this misty white here. This should be called silky white. I mean, the camera just doesn't do it any justice how great this actually looks in person. Again, the brushed aluminum sides, perfecto. And this outer display, perfect size. It's perfect. I love everything about it. This is how thin this thing is. Now, that is Oppo's thing right there, showing you how thin it is. And I flipped it to the bottom so you can see the charging port. That's just how thin this thing is. Now, what does that mean for regular use? What does that really mean? Well, it means that you're going to have a regular slab style phone in your pocket, the feel of a regular slab style phone. It's so thin. It's like, it's unreal how they're able to put this together. It's incredible. So hardware wise, this is a straight up 10 minus that interior camera. So I'm gonna give it a 9.98. I can't take off too much for the front camera, you know, as far as the hardware goes, because it does perform decent. It's not bad. It's not horrible. It's not trash, but it definitely can go. I don't need it at all. So how have I been using this? I told you I've opened it up all the time for text messaging, emails. I typically have this phone open all the time. Literally like this when using it. It's just better this way. So let's talk about the cameras. Let me see here. Boom, there it is. I tell you no lies. There is the Samsung Z Fold Special Edition recording this video. All right, let's flip this around here. Now, let's get it right here. This is where I think this phone shines. The camera game. The camera game on here is so nice. Now, when you look at this, it's offering 4K 60. It's offering HDR. And this is the way I like to shoot content. I want the depth, the punchiness. It just looks really good. And since this is basically OnePlus type deal, you hit this f-stop button down here and it goes into 1080p, 30 frames per second. And you could change the f-stop down here. I keep it at 2.2, but I need to put it to like 2.5, just because the default is right here at 2.8, where they're saying that's just enough to give you that perfect video. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, here's the main camera, the rear joint, the Hasselblad King, shooting at f2.8 on a portrait video. This should look really good. It should sound really good too. Yeah, see, the camera game is on point with this phone. The Hasselblad agreement that they have, it takes this phone, it solidifies this phone in the folding phone game as one of the best foldables with the camera setup. I'm not saying it's the best, because I know you're gonna have your favorite, but the fact that I can use this outer display and vlog with what I would consider the best cameras on the device, yeah, it's really good. Now the front camera, this front display camera right here, let me show you what that one looks like. Outer display, front camera, shooting in portrait video. I love that all the cameras can do portrait video. I love that all the cameras have the voice assistance, like the voice enhancement. Let me turn it on. Now I have the voice isolation turned on for this vlog on the front outer display at f2.8 with the portrait video. Tell me what you think about this. So for me, the cameras on this phone or device is consistent. It consistently pushes out great quality. Now, if I'm uploading this stuff directly to YouTube, then you're obviously going to see the best quality, but you're looking at it over video from another camera. So just bear that in mind. So if you don't think the quality is that good, that's probably why. I'm not loading it on and posting it directly to YouTube. I'm just showing it to you through the cameras of the Z Fold Special Edition. And however it comes across that way, that's what you can see. But I can confirm firsthand, I've used this phone right here to record a lot of content on this channel, and it is absolutely great, period. Now, one thing that I wish it had is what I'm doing right now is I'm using, let me get in here. I'm using, turn it, a bunch of messages coming in now. I'm using this aspect ratio here because it doesn't shoot in a 7:6 or anything like that. I wish it had that, man. I wish it could shoot in that aspect ratio, because then I would shoot way more folding content with that aspect ratio. Right now, Samsungs are the only phones that can do it. And I just can't believe a lot of companies haven't taken this on yet. They haven't taken it on. It's actually I've been shooting in this aspect ratio for years. Every now and then I would do it, but I decided whenever I'm shooting a folding phone, I'm just going to use this aspect ratio because it brings everyone's folding device to life. And I can't believe, maybe Samsung has a patent on it. I don't know, but it is one of the best ways to watch content if you have a folding device. And you guys let me know how this 10:9 aspect ratio looks in comparison to the 7:6 on the Z Fold 6. Anyway, hardware, design, cameras, all banging out the frame. It's really nice. Love it. Now, performance. This has a Snapdragon 8 Elite. The latest processor is being offered by Snapdragon. And folks, there is nothing better than having a phone just work when it comes to the software. Most people today are on social media. They're on social media. What's that little baby doing? They're on social media. I need to sign to my blue sky on here. They're on social media, and it's, oh, look at Grant showing out. Oh, I thought that was Grant. That's Patrick Burks. You don't get no like, Patrick. I don't know you. Here go Grant right here. Grant's over there chilling in Tokyo, Japan with his Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's repost that so Grant can get some love. Shout out to my man, Grant S. Most people open up their phones and they get on social media, and that's where they live. They live on social media. I'm on social media to promote the content. Pretty much, I don't post too many personal things on social media, if not any. It's all content about phones and cars and tablets and computers and headphones and whatever. Anything dealing with tech, I'm posting it. But I say that to say, the performance that this phone is giving outside of social media, folks, I haven't had one problem. I mean, none. Now, I will answer a question real briefly while I'm talking about the phone itself, the software and stuff like that. I've had people say, well, who do you have it insured with? And what happens if it breaks? And all these types of things. Folks, when you import a phone, most places that you import it from will help you with a warranty issue. I've actually done this before. Back in the day, I imported a phone. And I say back in the day, I'm talking like 10 years plus today. And this videos are up on the channel about it too, I believe. So you contact the person you bought it with, and they can help you get your warranty done. And that's all that I did. So real quick, the N5 giveaway is coming to a close this Sunday at the recording of this video. It is in fact it's Thursday. So you got a few more days to get those entries in. So there's a link in the description, folks. You need to get in there so you can win you an N5. Yes, the plug, win an N5. Get your entries in, folks. If you haven't already done so, you're slipping. Why wouldn't you want to take $5 or $10 and get like 500 entries or 1,000 entries? And you can buy as many as you want. The winners will be announced. They'll be contacted via email. So make sure you put in your correct information. Don't put in fake emails and just try to, don't try to scam the system. Folks, put in your real information. You will get contacted. The other winners from the other giveaways, I've already been online. You've seen them all over the internet. The Instagram is saying, thank you for the phone, whatever. So this N5 giveaway is coming to a close, folks. So you need to hurry up and get those entries in. It's not a sales pitch from your man, Jay. This video is sponsored by TechADayGiveaway.com. So make sure you get your entries in and you can win one. Why would you not want to spend $5 and win a $1,600 phone? I paused for dramatic effect for a second there. Yes, you would. Yeah, you would. Let's get back to it. The performance on here, absolutely phenomenal. Not one hiccup, no software issues. And I'm not saying that if you buy one of these, because the link is down there, you can buy one too. But I'm not saying that if you buy one, you're going to have problems or it's going to be flawless. Anything can happen. I have multiple phones, man. On my desk right now, there's easily 20 phones. Most of them are sitting over there, and there's 2 or 3 sitting over here. And I could rotate a phone every day. I could use a different phone every day. Most of you guys can't do that. So I understand if your phone is a little more rough around the edges than mine. But when I'm using a phone, I'm team no case. I put the phone in my pocket. This phone right here has a nice ultra thin case that I've been using. So this is one of the rare moments where I'm actually using the case. And as you can see, on my Z Fold 6, I have an ultra thin case because I don't like cases. But, you know, this phone is very expensive. And if it breaks, I'm gonna have to pay for it. So I've been using this to protect the hinge and to protect the back. And that's pretty much what it protects. This is how it looks. Nice little leather type deal on here. Protects my hinge. Feels great. But what I say to you is that you're gonna have to take care of your devices how you take care of them. I can't tell you that this phone is going to last you 8 years. Some people are worried about that. Like if they say, what if I buy it and, you know, what if I crack the screen? Well, you're going to have to buy another one. Or you can insure phones through your homeowner's insurance. If you know that, if you have renter's insurance, if you're a renter, you can insure things through your renter's insurance. You just put them on the list. But I've yet to break any of these phones. And I've broken some phones in the past, obviously several, but I think take care of your products, folks. Put a case on it. If you feel like you're clumsy or you might crack it or break it, put a tempered glass on it, put a case on it and roll with it. But don't be afraid to use it. You got to get out there and just got to go with it, man. It's just material stuff. It can be replaced. Simply put, if you're balling enough to buy one of these for the $1,600 or $2,000 that it costs, I don't think you're too much worried about cracking the screen or whatever like this. Because most people are not spending $2,000 on a phone, folks. They're not doing it. They're spending maybe $300 to $400, and they don't like to do that. You know what I'm saying? So overall, folks, battery life on this phone is another thing that I wanted to touch on before I get out of here. Battery life is just simply good. This is a thin folding phone with strong battery life. I mean, strong battery life. I mean, it's really a day and a half phone, but I can squeeze 2 days easily. All I have to do is use it like I normally use it. Because remember, I'm on social media, but I'm not on social media. I typically do a ton of phone calls with my phones is what they're for. So I do lots and lots of phone calls and emails. That's predominantly how my day is. Emails, phone calls, emails, phone calls, and then a ton of social media pop-ups. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So I say to you folks out there, get your entry in once again. If you haven't already done so, the link's in the description. You slipping if you don't. If you're interested in buying this phone, you're going to be happy with it. I can guarantee you. It's going to be the thinnest foldable that you ever have in your pocket. So it's going to feel like a slab phone. It's going to feel good. And it's just going to be that smooth software experience, buttery smooth cameras. Okay, you think about this, you got a buttery smooth software experience, no hiccups, no flaws, latest processor, beautiful hardware. Hardware is a 10. Okay, 9.98 minus that inner display, but overall, a 10. The screens, not the brightest of every screen, you know what I'm saying? Because I know the Vivo joint, this joint right here has just ridiculous screen gain. The inner display is just freaking bright. You're getting a pretty decent package here, folks. You got great design, thinnest phone ever. Software is banging, processing is nice, battery is sick, camera's off the charts. It's just all there. So I've gotten two software updates, I believe, too, as well. And one was a small one was a bigger one. I don't know what else to tell you, man. I really like this phone, and I think it's teaming up with this phone over here to being the best two phones I've ever owned in 2025. And that's a strong statement, I know, because the iPhone isn't out, the Pixel isn't out, the other Samsungs haven't come yet, but we shall see. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, you know what it is. I hope you opened up. I hope you hit the link in the description, get your entries in, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.